Hello, how are you? I'm Pia and welcome to my summerween vlog. So it is summerween this week. Couldn't really work out in my schedule to do the full week of summerween. I mean, it starts on a Friday, it goes till Thursday. I can do math. Everything scheduling wise ended up stressing me out. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of things to read, which is synonymous. I ended up just kind of figuring I could just do like a day of reading, of trying to fill these prompts, you know, and still get my spooky books, still get my fill of those types of reads, and also just like be able to do other things and read the other things that I want to. So that's what we're doing today. I'm dressed kind of cozy because I'm like feeling my fall vibes, although I'm wearing shorts, but it's very hot outside. So I'm hoping today to read like 2 novellas maybe. I think this way like I can get a couple different like stories read and not just be reading like one book in a day, which I can do. I did yesterday. Read a whole book yesterday. Anyway, taking a look at the prompts. See what we get. Read a book in the dark / at night. Read a book with Halloween colors on the cover. That's a tongue twister. Read a book with haunt in the title. Read a slasher. Make or bake a spooky fall themed treat. We're gonna try our best today. I've already started the day. I made waffles this morning and I actually just didn't show you. But I made really nice waffles, like gluten-free waffles with like a banana, maple syrup, cinnamony goodness on top. It was really good. Maybe that was my treat. Anyway, I have been having the hardest time finding something with haunt in the title. So the only thing that I've found through my library is Hardly Haunted. This is it's a picture book. I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be a cute little thing to like start the vlog, like kick it off. It's called Hardly Haunted. It looks really sweet. I mean, it looks really cute. It's 48 pages. Adorable looking. I don't know what it's about, but it looks so cute. Okay, I'm gonna read this right now. This is gonna fulfill. It could fulfill haunt. It can fulfill the colors. I mean, it's got like purple going on. I don't know why I'm like showing you here. Like, yeah, I'm gonna read this now. I'm very excited. I'll be back to you in like, I don't know, not so my app says I read it for like not even a minute, so that's awkward. But I just finished Hardly Haunted. Sorry, that was Happily Haunted because that's how it ends. Spoiler! This was adorable. I mean, the art style is gorgeous. Like, it's so sweet and wholesome. The story itself is about this little haunted house, and she is afraid that she's haunted because no one wants to live in her. And so she tries not to be haunted, but ends up not working out. And she's like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna be happy if I'm haunted, as long as it's like a haunted place where people live. Maybe I shouldn't spoil it for you. Anyways, it's a lovely book if you have young children, if you want to read it and have a quick read. It's really, like I said, it's really cute and pretty. Yeah, it's like very like sweetly spooky, you know, like it's not really ghosts, goblins, witches, whatever. So I read that. Checked that off. What we're reading next, I don't know. I'll come back to you when I decide. I'm now halfway through it. This is by Grady Hendrix. I have read 2 other Grady Hendrix books, I think. This one is basically like a horror set in a IKEA-like store. It's mostly following Amy as she is planning on transferring store. I forget what the store is called. It's like Osk or something. It's all like weird pseudo Swedish names. Planning on transferring since she's like ready to get out of here because she doesn't like it. These weird things start happening at her store, and her boss requests that she and this other employee stay the night to check it out and try to figure out what happened. It goes from there. It's kind of weird. It's supernatural. I don't know what it is. As I was saying, it is supernatural, but I'm not exactly sure to what capacity it is. I don't know if it's like a ghost, it's like a spirits. I don't know. It was like zombie vibes in the beginning, so I'm not exactly sure, but I'm stopping halfway through. I think I'm gonna start an audiobook because I have to get some drawings done for my shop. If you didn't know, I have a small business called Pia Prints. It's on Etsy and its own website domain. I recommend you checking it out. Shameless self-plug. But yeah, we have some new stuff coming, and obviously I have to work on it so that there can be new stuff. Hello everyone, it is the next day and that means I need to wrap up this 24-hour style summerween vlog. So I do want to update you that I did end up finishing both. I did finish Comfort Me with Apples and Horror Store both last night, so I did it at nighttime, so that's all completed for that prom. I think they're all done essentially, except like the fall treat sort of thing, because basically the majority of my diet in the summer consists of watermelon, and I can't change that. So now that that bit of housekeeping is over, I can give you some reviews of the books that I finished. I would say is primarily why you're here, unless you just want to stare at my cute little face, which is fine. First, I finished Comfort Me with Apples. I listened to the audiobook when I was like stripping and making my bed and stuff and doing just some chores last night. So I can't really tell you much of what this is. I can't tell you what it's like kind of a reimagining of, because it's so short. It's a really short horror. I think that even giving my bare bones synopsis, which I'm about to tell you, giving anything more than that is going to be a spoiler. So this is about a girl named Sophia who has lived in this perfect life in this perfect little gated community, and she starts to realize that her life maybe isn't so perfect, and that there are these kind of strange, unexplained things that are cropping up in her life, and she's not really understanding why that is happening. Like that could be literally the synopsis to any book. That's what this is about. And it's really, I mean, it's interesting. I think I read a lot of reviews after I finished reading it, because I was like I got it. Like there's a point where you're like, oh, like you get what the point of it is. And I understood that. And I understood that not from the beginning, but I think I did know that going into it somehow. So I read some reviews, and a lot of reviews I was reading were from people saying that like they didn't really know what to make of it after they finished it, and they had to give it some time in order to like process and figure out what their actual feelings were towards the book. I think for me, I'm settling on a 3-star for this book. I think it did like exactly what it was trying to do. I think it was an interesting concept, an interesting way to show those certain themes and to kind of like twist something that many of us are already familiar with. And I do think it did a good job. I don't think it was like, I didn't find it really creepy at all. Maybe that was a problem. Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I think it, like, you know, it was a good short horror, which are always kind of things I'm looking for, but I don't think it like wowed me. It didn't really make me think all that hard. Some people would like it and think it has its audience. I don't really know. I picked this up because like I think a lot of people were recommending it for fans of Tenders of the Flesh, and I really enjoyed that horror. That's why I'm diving into more horror, especially shorter. Did I wear this in my spring fling away video? I'm gonna take it off. I feel self-conscious. I like strange horror, I'm coming to find out. And I do think it was like eerie. It was weird. I liked figuring out what was happening, but it wasn't like anything more than that. That being said, then I finished Horror Store. This one was really fun. It's not my favorite Grady Hendrix. This is one of his earlier ones, I believe. But I do think it was a really fun concept. I mean, like a kind of haunted IKEA-like store is very fun. I think I also went into it with a little bit of the wrong impression, because I've seen the physical book in store. I know I didn't physically, well, I read the ebook, but like I didn't purchase the book or get it from the library or something. I think I'd been a little misguided, because it does look like an IKEA catalog, and I think for some reason I thought it was a lot more reliant on illustrations and on imagery than it is. So I was a little bit disappointed in that regard. I just thought that this like mixed media thing was also something that the author was going to play with a little bit more in terms of illustrating the narrative as well. There's maps and there's like bits of kind of mixed media thrown in throughout. I'd say maybe a dozen in total over this like 250-page book. Yeah, the main like IKEA imagery is the chapter headers, or the chapter title pages. I don't know what the fuck they're called. I really like what the author did with those as the book and the story progressed. And I did like the story. I mean, I think that it was, I think it ended really well. I really appreciated, like, I have like a love-hate relationship with epilogues, but I do think that this was an epilogue that like was very well earned, and like, although it's not exactly like a conclusion, yeah, I think it was fun. It was fast to read. In some ways, the novelty of this book is a little bit more exciting than the actual book. I gave it 3 stars. For reference, I've given his other books, I think like 4 and 4.5 kind of stars. So I don't think a 3-star book is anything to like mad about, but usually they're just like nothing to write home about. So that is my summer ween vlog. I hope next ween, I feel like, is there one in the fall? I feel like there is. Really do hope that the next week kind of like lines up a little bit more in my schedule and in my mood. I'm actually glad that I was able to just sit down this day and do some really fun horror reading, because I don't know if I said, but these were some books that I have been, and besides the picture book, but these were 2 books that I had been thinking about for a while and thinking about picking up and had on my TBR and my radar for a while because I thought I would enjoy them, and I did. I want to lastly thank Gabby and Olivia for hosting this readathon. This is one of my favorite things to participate in. I've been doing it for I think as long as it's been around, and it's always a fun time. I love watching all the videos and all the content that everyone makes because it's so spooky and my spooky little heart loves it. With that being said, let me know if you guys participated in summerween or any spooky books that you have read recently. I would love to know. As you know, I'm always looking for some cool horror recommendations. So yes, and with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to all the things, and I'll see you in my next video.